is about. If you've seen the title, I'm going to show you 4 videos. Let's get right to it. I'm going to show you 4 videos. It's going to be one of Elon Musk talking about his new invention that he's trying to bring to market, that he thinks is going to sell 10 billion units, maybe even 20 billion units. Then I'm going to show you a Canadian-based company called Sanctuary AI. And their plan is to help the elites replace all people with general purpose robots. And I know it sounds crazy. It sounds sci-fi, but that's actually what's going on. But before that, I got to show you the store. Now, there have been some people who have requested that the anti-WEF stuff be made into t-shirts and kid sizes and tank tops, just like the Soul Not For Sale stuff. And we are going to be working on that tonight, my wife and I. But for now, we got the hoodies, we got the shirts, we got the t-shirts, we got the women's V-necks, kid sizes, and the tank tops. Soul Not For Sale. And of course, what people are talking about, if you don't know, is our WEF line, the anti-WEF line. And right now we have hoodies and we have shirts, and we are going to be getting t-shirts and all of that good stuff you've been asking for. Every purchase helps us fight against demonetization and the limiting of our videos. So every single purchase helps so much. You have no idea. And thank you to anybody who's purchased. Also, quick note, if you like the episode I did with my wife on Antarctica, you gotta say it in the comments, because this lady doesn't understand. I want to do multiple episodes with her a week. She's like on to the one a week. So if you really like hearing her thoughts and her information, her research, please hit her up in the comments. Like, all you got to do is comment. She's always scouring it via some bot account. Not a bot account. It's like a burner account. So nobody knows who she is. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's look at this first thing here. Free Think. This is from a website called Free Think. A general purpose robot is entering the workforce. This is real, guys. This is an actual thing that's happening right now. So I'm just showing you this article just to give you a little background before I show you the videos. This tech startup, Sanctuary AI, has unveiled a general purpose robot designed to perform many workplace tasks currently handled by people, working with humans or without them. Hey, big F you to us, huh? Let's move on from here. They're just saying that, humans have worked alongside robots for decades, blah, blah, blah. Not really true. Not in the way that they're trying to do it. Then it says here, this has meant business owners would need to purchase multiple very expensive robots if they wanted to automate multiple tasks. General purpose robots, ones that can handle a variety of tasks, would allow employers to automate whatever is most pressing on a given day. But building a bot that can do a lot, as you'd expect, is a lot harder than building blah, blah, blah. The first thing that comes to mind as I read this is, why is there no law against this? Like, if they know that there are people who can build this stuff, why is there no law set up that says a company has to have 75% humans, 80% humans? You can't just buy a bunch of these bots and replace your whole staff. There's nothing in place. So this last thing I'll read here. This is a Canadian company. Oh, of course. Of course it's a Canadian company. Trudeau would never say no to this. He'd just be like, can it kick a protester in the head? Give me 70 of these robots, please. And brand them with Canadian flags. And make sure they can feel pain. Now, Canadian-based Sanctuary AI is one of several companies attempting to overcome the challenge and bring a general-purpose robot to market. And on May 16th, it unveiled its 6th-generation robot, an AI-powered humanoid named Phoenix. And Phoenix is who I'm going to be showing you right now. They've made a multitude of videos. And the reason I'm showing you Elon Musk is because Elon Musk has thrown his hat into this ring. And then we're going to talk about that, because the decisions that he has been making are they're so far from each other, and I'm just going to get into it, as we go. But here's the first video of, let me switch over here. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. It's already showing. Yeah, this is Phoenix. So there's no sound on this video. Reason there's no sound is because there's music, and they keep copywriting my stuff every time I use something that has music. So this is Phoenix that you're seeing. This is the 6th generation robot. It's going to be performing any task that you could perform. Just for now, it won't be able to do it as good. But they're working on its dexterity. They're working on its ability to be able to do different things and do them at higher levels. So that's Phoenix there, waving goodbye to humanity, shaking somebody's hand, ready to pull it off at a moment's notice if it sees fit. So this is Phoenix. Just wanted to show you this. There's more of this Phoenix, though. This is not the only video. And this is not, honestly, from what I've seen, like, they could put this into a workplace right now. That's just me. That's what I think. I think right now they could put, he's 5'7", 155 pounds. Let me see those stats again there. Hold on. Let me see these stats. Payload. So he can lift 55 pounds. He can move 3 miles per hour. Yeah, well. So he can't move the fastest, but he's definitely, he's going to be competition. That's for sure. Let's move on to this video. Now, this video, what I'm going to show you is, let's go over here. They're just going to show you that there is a piloted version of this. So you see that gentleman in the corner. Can't show you the full thing, but that gentleman there is piloting it. It also has autonomous control, which means it can work on its own, and there's a hybrid of the two. So now what we're going to see in this video is actually the gentleman, there he is right there. That is the thing that he wears in order to pilot the bot. As you can see him here, he's working it. He's picking up something. Just to pause real quick in terms of what you're seeing there. You're seeing him wearing a VR helmet so he can see what the robot sees. And then he has these hands, these, I guess, haptic sensor type things, and he moves around and the robot moves according to what he says, grabs things according to what he wants to grab. And that's going to be a way to control these robots. Now, why would you need to do that? Maybe in a place where it's like nuclear, radiation, I should say. Maybe there's a lot of radiation in a place. They walk a robot down there, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, that's what's happening with this thing. Again, this company's called Sanctuary AI. See, he just puts on those gloves. He puts on that helmet. And that's what a cop looks like in 2025. They're going to be inside a building just manning these robots. As much as I am making a joke right now, it's very, very possible. We are at a point right now where that is very, very possible. All right. So this is just it moving things around, doing the tasks that it needs to do, taking blood pressure. Well, you know what? I'm glad at least it's going to take some high-level jobs too, for Christ's sake. All right, let's get into Elon Musk. Elon Musk is now going to talk about what he has planned for his robot. This is a very interesting person. Somebody who seems like he has people's best interests at heart when he does things like buy Twitter and tries to enable free speech for everybody. But then, he does exactly what I'm going to show you right now. And this is not muted. So let's go.
I think the thing perhaps most notable is if you look at the difference between the last time we showed Optimus, and this is a video that was taken basically yesterday, and the Optimus team was up all night making this video. The Optimus team has done an incredible job. So just, yeah. And it's the motors, the controllers, the electronics, and everything you see in the Optimus robot is a Tesla-designed system. So this is, we actually tried to find drive actuators and whatnot that were off the shelf. We found that there weren't any. In order to make an effective humanoid robot, you actually have to design the motors and gearboxes and the electronics from scratch, because it's a very different application from anything else that exists. So we took our world-class motor and power electronics team and said, okay, we need to design several actuators that don't exist in the world, and they did. So Optimus is working quite well. And then for full self-driving, as full self-driving gets closer and closer to generalized real-world AI, that same software is transferable to a humanoid robot. Just like humans can obviously walk around with their arms and legs, but we can drive a car, fly a plane, steer a boat, ride a horse. If you have a generalized understanding, or if you have generalized real-world AI, which is what we are developing for full self-driving, it can be transferred to basically anything. So Optimus will use the same FSE computer as the car. The Optimus stuff is I think extremely underrated. Because people just cannot comprehend the consequences. Now, obviously, we need to make sure that we don't have a Terminator scenario. That's very important. It's all fun and games until Terminator shows up. But if you say, like, if you have had a generalized humanoid robot, what would be the effective ratio of humanoid robots to humans? Because I think basically everyone would want one. And maybe people would want more than one, which means the actual demand for something like Optimus, if it really works, which it will, is, I don't know, 10 billion units? It's some crazy number. It might be 20 billion units if the ratio is, say, 2 to 1 on people, humanoid robots versus people. It might actually be, it's some very big number is what I'm saying, and a number vastly in excess of the number of cars. So my prediction is that Tesla's long-term value will be, a majority of the long-term value will be Optimus. And that prediction I'm very confident of. So, anyway.
So, that's him saying that Optimus, and this is Optimus that he's talking about, this is his version of those robots. He's going to sell 10 to 20 billion of these. I just don't really understand his mode of thinking. There's so many of us who have we give him the best benefit of the doubt possible. When we see him hire somebody who he's hired, like that woman who is part of the WEF, Linda Yaccarino, when we see him, buy Twitter, we're all like, yes, there we go. And then he charges for it. And a lot of people are like, oh, I can't believe you're doing this. And it's just like, it's this whole mix up of ideas, and then on top of it, it's like Neuralink wants to install things into people's brains. It's just like, we keep giving him the benefit of the doubt. But when I see something like this, it's like, he talks about possibly people wanting these, and 10 million people wanting these, right? And I just don't understand how that could even be a thing. How could that possibly happen? There's a guy right now, for sure, who is fishing in a puddle on the side of the road in Thailand. It's like, are you saying that he's going to get one? Is it going to be that affordable? Obviously not. Obviously, low class, middle class aren't going to be able to afford these robots. I'm thinking that's just my view of it. It's a full robot that does things. I don't think it's going to be, it's not going to be the same price as an iPhone, is what I'm saying. I don't think it'll be the same price as a car. Maybe I'm wrong, but the people who are going to buy these are people who own companies. And then what are they going to do? He's saying, oh, maybe people will want more than 2 or maybe want more than 1. Are you saying you're going to sell people 5, 10, 50? Obviously, there is going to be billions of people displaced from their jobs. as you keep doing this, as you keep upgrading this robot, as it can move faster and faster. And the crazy thing is this is a man who said years ago that we need to slow down AI and us working on it because robots will become so fast that we'll need strobe lights to be able to see them. But then in the same breath, from the same lungs, from the same mind, you decide to make a fleet of robots yourself. I really don't understand. Again, if you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, you could possibly say, well, what he's trying to do right now is he's trying to give us an edge. The same thing he said with Neuralink. It's like, if you want to compete with AI, you're going to have to get Neuralink. That'll help human beings be able to, have a hold over AI. We'll be in the same network as it mentally, and we'll have the same amount of knowledge. We'll have access to the same amount of knowledge. We'll be able to process that knowledge at the same speed. So we'll be able to keep up. Maybe you can say that's what he wants to do with these robots as well. It doesn't seem like it. I mean, this video that I just played for you was at a shareholders meeting, which means that, when he's talking to the shareholders, he's talking about how much money is going to be made, the long-term value, 20 billion bots being sold. But then when he's on Twitter and he's talking to the rest of us, it's all just about free speech and don't trust George Soros and the World Economic Forum's bad. But then he hires one of them, and of course people in the comments, I already know, you've already told me about him showing up in a Baphomet suit, like a devil type of Antichrist type of suit. I believe it was on Halloween with his mother. So I don't know, man. He's pulling from a lot of different angles, and this is just yet another thing that doesn't sit well with me. Anything that doesn't speak to the interest of the people doesn't sit well with me. I don't think it's a good idea. Obviously, these companies, whether it's Sanctuary AI or it's his company Optimus, they're not thinking about the people right now. They're thinking about how can we make a thing that can replace people. That's not good. It's not good. Replacing people is, again, I said this at the beginning, there should be some kind of laws against this. This doesn't make any sense that two companies could be like, oh, we're bringing out these robots and, we're going to sell billions of them and they're going to do all sorts of tasks. I show you another video here. I forgot about this video. This is also muted, but this is the Sanctuary AI robot, and it's performing a bunch of different tasks. Placing a bottle, zipping a jacket, taking blood pressure, stocking a fridge, moving clothing, erasing a whiteboard, handling coffee, applying glue. I'm trying to go at the same speed it's going. Cleaning surfaces, sorting mail, sealing a bag, handing out pastry, separating dishes. They always show us the things that will benefit us the most. Like, oh, I want something to cut my food and sort my mail and do this and do that. It's like, yeah, of course you do. But it's also going to take your job. It's also going to be able to do your job. I mean, it's not that big of a jump. Like right now we live in a world where I'm talking about two companies that are trying to have robots in the workplace. What's to stop people? Technology. This is not a vast jump in technology. What's the chance of ChatGPT being put into one of these robots, it having so much knowledge, so much extravagant knowledge that it can outdo you in almost everything? It can outdo almost anybody who works a warehouse job, from the lowest level person to the person who runs the warehouse. It can do all that. Like, this is not good. It's not good for people. And again, just to Elon Musk, it's just like, I don't know what he's thinking. Obviously it's money. You can't act like this guy's not a businessman. He's a businessman. But I don't know, man. This doesn't seem like the best thing for people. But you let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. Maybe this is the best thing. Maybe you're going to buy 5 of them, and one of them's going to go to work for you, and one of them's going to watch your kids, and one of them's going to make your food. Maybe you'll get a bunch of robot slaves. I don't know. And if I had to go one step further, Elon Musk has been working on Starlink. I wish I had the thing pulled up here. He's been working on Starlink. What happens when all these robots are just connected to Starlink? What happens when they have Neuralink ChatGPT, and Starlink. What happens when one entity has all of those things? So now you're going to have all those things implanted in yourself as well? I don't know. But now, as I say stuff like that, 2 years ago, completely absurd. Now when I say it, it's right around the corner. But you let me know what you think in the comments. How do you feel about Elon Musk and this decision that he's made? Other than that, I am out.